Well, hello and welcome to the Internal Mobility Podcast, where we explore all of the ways for you to reach your potential here at Randstad, while also making this giant company a little easier to know and understand. Today, our guest is Denise Dettingmeijer. Denise, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, Chris, it's an absolute pleasure. Thanks for inviting me.
So those of you that haven't met Denise before, Denise is our CFO, and that means that she leads a pretty large organization within RBE. She has about 400 people in your group, right?
In the U.S., yeah, we have a whole team in Hyderabad. Don't forget about our ROS colleagues. So, yeah, really, really important.
Well, within that structure, Denise has had an opportunity to move a lot of folks from the field operation. And in fact, Denise, Alice and Autrey shared with me that when you were looking for an executive program manager, you only wanted to look at internal candidates. Why was that so important to you?
Yeah, I did. There's so many reasons. So I love when you started off saying, this giant company. If you deem Randstad globally giant, North America giant, US giant, the region giant, like we are just big. And the time it takes to learn what we do, you can kind of read it. To do what we do takes quite a long time. And then to truly understand all the interconnections and how things work, I think it's an extraordinary complex process that we use, business that we're in. And I'll tell you a little joke in a second. And that Randstad experience, no matter where it is, connecting people, and I don't mean when I say who to talk to, I don't mean names, but which departments do what, which regions do what, how does the field work, how does the support functions work, was just so very important to what I do and support every single day. So when I was looking for, my quote, right hand, it had to be somebody who knew the company and knew the people and knew our culture, belonged to our culture. Because I know Tracy always says, we're a strong cup of coffee, but it was so critically important. And then I believe I can teach the rest, right? So how to do the work, how to learn the technical side. But that experience was just priceless for what I was looking for.
Excellent. So it's interesting. Last week, or in our last segment, Greg shared about how he worked in Ben's organization and then moved to the field. So I know we've had a lot of ins and outs. Tell the group what kinds of opportunities are typically available if they're interested in moving into your org.
Yeah, there's so many. So I say go check it out on Connect. The field into our org. First of all, I love that our org moves into the field. That is just so critically important for the understanding and so forth. And you speak a little bit more of the same language. So I smiled when I said Greg, because I'm like, oh yeah, he gets us. And it's the opposite too. When you send people from what we would normally deem support departments into the field, then we get you, right? So it's really back to that knowing the whole company and the culture. But with that said, a lot of times we see field people coming into roles in talent onboarding. So it's very connected to the field, more that mid-office piece, perhaps in credit and collection or billing. We had recently a huge success in pricing. So who's better to help, in the pricing world than somebody who's out, in the day-to-day trenches? We have roles in finance. There's so many talented, exceptional people throughout our company, certainly in the field, that, again, that Randstad knowledge, that customer knowledge, that talent knowledge that you bring, we can teach you the job. So if you are at all interested in anything that's open, I say just go for it. You can come and talk to me personally. I'm very happy and open for that, and see how we can fit you into learning what you think you might want to see with the experience that you have. Super critical.
Excellent.
And it's everywhere, Chris.
That is so you to be that generous. You can come talk to me.
Oh yeah.
I would invite. It's incredible too, the size of our company, that's really what our executive team, like that approachability, like it's such a beautiful place to invest your career, right?
I agree. Totally agree.
Don't forget to team that Alice and Autrey, our internal mobility concierge, is available to help you explore. And she actually partnered with Denise to fill that program manager role.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And it was, it's not easy. Who wants to, be in my every minute of everyday life? The curiosity you need to, it's skills, it's innate skills that we seek, it's the curiosity, it's the collaboration, it's things that I say nearly every one of our colleagues has. We just
Yes.
can't be shy about entering into a quote finance world because I'm not good with numbers or I don't know. A lot of our job is people, connections, process flows. It's we've got systems and spreadsheets and phones to add up numbers with, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So final question, what's been your favorite human forward moment in the last couple of weeks?
Yeah. There's two things that just really stand out. That we've launched Mimo in the RBE, and that meaningful moments is, that's a constant, instantaneous joy that you're able to reward people, not just in an IM for thanks or with an email to their leader copied in, but just, give points and say, this is what I really am thankful for you about. But if I think about, there's so many, I think about the PACE BRG. I think that's the one that warmed my heart. It's the Pan-Asian Community Engagement BRG, so PACE, just newly launched. They presented in my town hall this week, and the speed that they were able to move, the passion of the people coming together, determining that this is something they want to bring forth into the company for colleagues, for community members and allies, and the speed they could move because I say steal shamelessly, it's also called best practice sharing, but they stole shamelessly from the other BRGs, the missions, and adapted and, how to get budgets. And it was just a phenomenal thing. And it's launched for community members and allies. And the momentum the BRGs have, it just reminds you of that moment of how quick it can move. Another community that we're supporting and addressing and learning. And then the joy that all the other BRGs have brought and the significant impact they've made. My heart warms every time I think about that.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that. And thanks so much for being here today.
It's a pleasure, Chris. Thanks again for the opportunity and enjoy your day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.